Hi, welcome to the Intervention channel. My name is Steve Bruno. Today's subject is choosing a program. This is sort of an involved subject. If you've been looking for a program on Google or some other search engine, it's pretty overwhelming. It's hard to distinguish between a sales pitch and a good program. I know, believe me, I've seen some very weird, crappy programs have a great sales pitch. And I've seen some excellent programs who don't know what they're doing when it comes to web marketing, and they have a crappy little website. So it's hard to tell, but I'll give you some pointers. For one thing, you want to initially compare program philosophies, not amenities. Oh, well, this one has a pool. Well, who cares if it has a pool or not? In 10 years, is that going to matter? Or will it matter what philosophy you chose that was a good fit for the person you're trying to help or the client that you're trying to help? So initially, you want to compare philosophies. There's a big difference between the 12 steps, cognitive behavioral therapy, motivational interviewing, the Narconon program, therapeutic communities, and others. There are others, behavioral modification. So you want to look at different philosophies. I've just named some. You can also, it's in my book on choosing a program. I have a book called More Than Hope. It's on Amazon and Kindle. I'll put a link below. You can read more about it. But the initial thing that you want to do is to compare program philosophies. Forget the amenities. If they have horses, that's just lovely, but that doesn't keep people clean unless they're going to become an equestrian, work at the place, and ride horses all day. Yoga is not the same as rehabilitation. It can be part of a big picture, just like spirituality can be a big part of the big picture, but you do not want to put your religious agenda, if you have one, and say, well, we want to send him to a Christian program because he needs to find God. That's your thing. All right? And I'm not making you wrong about it. I became very spiritual after I was rehabilitated, fundamentally rehabilitated, and my operating basis. I mean, I needed to find God. I needed to get off of dope. I needed to get off of meth first and come in for a landing. And can spirituality help with that? Sure. But my point is, you don't want to try and get somebody into a certain religious program because you have that religion. You want to get somebody into a program that's a good fit for them, for him or her. You want to get somebody into a program, certainly, that can rehabilitate a person to a point where he may become quite spiritual. But most addicts and alcoholics can see very little of the world, much less the universe. And so you want to get a person into a program that's a good fit for him or her, for your client, if you're a professional. And so if you're a professional, then you already work at a program, and that's the program philosophy you're following, obviously. So I'm with you on that. That's great. Anyway, but you get my point. The other thing you want to avoid is you don't want to tell intake counselors, what other programs you're looking at, because it's just going to be confusing. It's like telling a Subaru dealer that you're also looking at the Toyota. What do you think the Subaru dealer is going to tell you? He's going to be very nice. He's going to validate Toyota. But at the end of the conversation, he will somehow put a spear into Toyota and illuminate the Subaru. That's his job. Okay? And he could be just a wonderful, lovely individual, but that's his job. Just like with intake counselors at treatment centers. They're some of the most loving, caring people you can ever meet. But their job is to get you into their program, not another program, not some other program. They're not going to tell you, oh, no, I think that philosophy is better. You should call them. and get your son, get your loved one, your wife, your husband, your father, your mother, your brother, your sister, whomever it is you're trying to help, into their program. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Each program should be able to stand on its own merits. All right, this subject of not telling an intake counselor what other programs you're looking at sort of dovetails into the guy you're talking to, as nice and kind, as loving as he may be. The program itself should stand on its own merits. The fact is that in most cases, your loved one is not going to be working with an intake counselor except during intake. So they'll be working with other staff members, with other counselors, with other, therapists, other, supervisors, whatever. So let's talk a little bit more about this in part 2. The link at the end for the next video, you want to click on that. That's going to be for part 2 on choosing a program. Click that. If you're a professional, click the subscribe button. Even if you're a family member, you may want to click the subscribe button. This channel is fairly substantive, and I do post videos. If you want to know, if you want to contact me at stevebruno.com, or put your question in the comments below so that everybody can see the answer. But you're certainly welcome to contact me directly, and I will see you will see me rather, in the next segment. Okay, thanks for coming and watching the Intervention Channel.